Hello everyone and welcome to Walking Through the Bible. When Nehemiah got to Jerusalem, very few people lived there due to the fact that the wall was in a state of disrepair. However, with the wall fixed, if Jerusalem was to be a strong capital for Judea, it needed to have people living in it in order to avoid being easily overrun by an enemy that might have come by. In the last lesson, we saw how lots were drawn to see who among the people would live there. These people would be in addition to the priests, Levites, and Nethinim, and some of the nobles that already lived there. Let's conclude our look at the repopulation of Jerusalem by finishing off Nehemiah chapter 11. So if you have a Bible with you, you can turn to Nehemiah chapter 11. We're going to be reading from verses 15 through 36. If you don't have a Bible, don't worry, just follow along with us on the screen. The version that we'll be reading from is the New King James Version. So Nehemiah chapter 11, beginning of verse 15. Also of the Levites, Shemaiah the son of Hashub, the son of Azrikam, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Bunai, Shabbatai, and Jozabad, of the heads of the Levites, had the oversight of the business outside of the house of God. Mattaniah the son of Micah, the son of Zabdi, the son of Asaph, the leader who began with the thanksgiving with prayer, Bakbukiah, the second among his brethren, and Abda, the son of Shammua, the son of Galal, the son of Jeduthun. All the Levites in the holy city were 284. Moreover, the gatekeepers, Akub, Talmon, and their brethren who kept the gates were 172. And the rest of Israel, of the priests and Levites, were in all the cities of Judah, every one in his inheritance. But the Nethinim dwelt in Ophel. And Zihah and Gishpah were over the Nethinim. Also the overseer of the Levites at Jerusalem was Uzziah, the son of Bani, the son of Hashabiah, the son of Mattaniah, the son of Micah, of the sons of Asaph, the singers in charge of the service of the house of God. For it was the king's command concerning them that a certain portion should be for the singers, a quota day by day. Pethahiah, the son of Meshezabel, of the children of Zerah, the son of Judah, was the king's deputy in all matters concerning the people. And as for the villages with their fields, some of the children of Judah dwelt between Kirjath Arba and its villages, Dibon and its villages, Jekabzeel and its villages, in Jeshua, Molada, Beth-Pelat, Hazar-Shual, and Beersheba and its villages, and Ziklag and Mechanah and its villages, and Rimmon, Zorah, Jamoth, Zanoah, Adulam and their villages. In Lachish and its fields, in Azekah and its villages, they dwelt from Beersheba to the valley of Hinnom. Also the children of Benjamin from Geba dwelt in Michmash, Aijah, and Bethel and their villages. In Anathoth, Nob, Ananiah, in Hatzor, Ramah, Gittaim, in Hadid, Zeboam, Nebalat, in Lod, Ono, and the valley of Craftsmen. Some of the Judean divisions of the Levites were in Benjamin. From today's standpoint, living in a capital city for many comes with a lot of prestige. After all, the seat of government is there, meaning there's a lot of people who come and visit, meaning that if your business is serving tourists, there's a lot of money to be made. And then, of course, because the government is there, the government will usually spend money on the city in order to beautify it, in order to heighten how other nations would view them in terms of wealth and power. However, we also know that there are some drawbacks. Having more tourists, in addition to the people who live there, means that there will be a lot of congestion. This will make the city harder to move around, seemingly busier and noisier as well. Prices tend to be higher in capital cities because of supply and demand issues. Low supply with high demand drives up prices. Thus, people who are contemplating living in a capital city have to weigh all of the pros and cons to see if that life is right for them. And to be sure, city life is not for everyone, especially those who like a much quieter, more tranquil life. These pros and cons are not just a modern phenomenon, though, for even the people of Nehemiah's day had to deal with these things when Jerusalem needed to be repopulated. Living in Jerusalem meant that a lot of people would come to visit the temple, especially at feast times, meaning that there was an opportunity to make money off of the visitors to the city. With governors living there, there was also the opportunity for the governor to spend money on the city and the people of the city. thus increasing the standard of living. But living in Jerusalem also meant that you didn't own your own pasture land, making you much more dependent on trade for food and other materials needed to live. Having an influx of people 3 times a year would also make your city crowded, especially during the spring and summer months. And then with Jerusalem being the capital, it also was a target for war from neighboring nations. All of these factors is likely why the repopulation of Jerusalem was largely done by lot, a choice of the Lord, so as not to advantage or disadvantage any family, and also as not to overpopulate the city, whose boundaries largely covered the city around in Solomon's day. Once the lots were drawn, those peoples moved into Jerusalem along with portions of the priests, Levites, Nethinim, gatekeepers, and nobles who were already living in Jerusalem. All told, when you add up the numbers mentioned here, and then include women and children, the population of Jerusalem was likely in the 17,000 to 20,000 range to start off with. The Nethinim are said to be living in Ophel, which, if you recall, is the section of the city that separated the city of David with the expansion of the city under Solomon. As for the rest of these people, those not living in Jerusalem, they, of course, lived in the surrounding towns in Judah as before, and as their population grew, they, of course, expanded elsewhere until we get the Israel we see in the days of Jesus. Some of the towns mentioned here in Nehemiah 11 we may recognize from past studies, towns like Kirjath Arba, which is Hebron, Beersheba, Ziklag, Adullam, Lachish, Geba, Michmash, Bethel, Anathoth, and Ramah. With the repopulation of Jerusalem now complete, Nehemiah turns to giving us a register of the Levites before turning us to the closing section of the book. So we invite you back for those future lessons. With that, our time is up for today. The Lord willing, we hope you'll join us for tomorrow's discussion of Nehemiah chapter 12, verses 1 to 26, as we continue our walk through the Bible, one verse at a time. We thank you for watching Walking Through the Bible today. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them below. But if you like this video, we ask that you consider subscribing to our channel so you won't miss out on other videos in our series, as well as share this video among your friends so that the saving message of Jesus Christ can go out to the whole world.